Before the world wars that scarred the 20th century, there was another great conflict, the Crimean War. Fought from 1853 to 1856, this war engulfed Europe and the Middle East in a bloody struggle for power and influence. The Crimean War was a clash of empires. It pitted a rising Russia against a coalition of European powers determined to contain its ambitions. The Ottoman Empire, known as the sick man of Europe, became the battleground for this struggle. The war was a brutal affair, characterized by bloody battles, devastating sieges, and logistical nightmares. Amidst the carnage, figures like Florence Nightingale emerged, revolutionizing battlefield medicine. Join us as we delve into the forgotten conflict of the Crimean War, uncovering its causes, key players, and lasting impact on the world today. At the heart of the Crimean War lay the crumbling Ottoman Empire. Once a mighty power, the Ottoman Empire had entered a period of decline by the mid-19th century. This decline attracted the attention of its ambitious neighbors, particularly Russia. Russia, under Tsar Nicholas I, sought access to warm-water ports in the Mediterranean Sea. This desire for expansion brought Russia into direct conflict with the Ottoman Empire, which controlled the crucial straits of the Bosporus and Dardanelles. Adding fuel to the fire was the issue of protecting Christian holy sites in the Holy Land. France, under Napoleon III, also claimed the role of protector of Christians, though this time Catholics. Thus, a complex web of competing interests, religious tensions, and imperial ambitions set the stage for the Crimean War. The Crimean War was a conflict of grand battles, marked by intense combat and strategic maneuvers. It featured prolonged sieges and fierce engagements, fought both on land and at sea, showcasing the military prowess of the era. The first major clash came in October 1853, when the Russian fleet launched a surprise attack and destroyed the Ottoman fleet at Sinop on the Black Sea, a devastating blow that set the tone for the conflict. This decisive victory galvanized the British and French into action, prompting them to form an alliance against Russia. In March 1854, Britain and France declared war on Russia, and their combined forces landed in Crimea in September 1854, ready to challenge Russian dominance. Their primary objective was the capture of Sevastopol, Russia's main naval base on the Black Sea, a strategic stronghold crucial for Russian naval operations. The Siege of Sevastopol, which began in October 1854 and lasted for almost a year, was the defining campaign of the Crimean War, characterized by relentless fighting and strategic fortifications. Both sides endured unimaginable hardships during the siege, facing constant bombardment, disease, and dwindling supplies. The soldiers' resilience was tested daily as they fought to survive in dire conditions. The winter of 1854 to 1855 was particularly brutal, with thousands of soldiers on both sides succumbing to the cold, disease, and malnutrition. The harsh weather conditions compounded the already grueling circumstances, making survival a daily struggle for the troops. Amidst the chaos, figures like Florence Nightingale emerged, revolutionizing battlefield medicine and providing much-needed care to the wounded, highlighting the human cost of the war. The war eventually concluded with the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1856, reshaping the geopolitical landscape of Europe and marking the end of a brutal and transformative conflict. Amidst the carnage of the Crimean War, one figure emerged who would forever change the face of medicine: Florence Nightingale. Her dedication and compassion in the face of unimaginable suffering set her apart as a beacon of hope and resilience. Appalled by the horrific conditions in military hospitals, Nightingale led a group of nurses to the Ottoman Empire in 1854 to tend to the wounded British soldiers. She was determined to make a difference, despite the overwhelming challenges and resistance she faced. At Scutari Hospital, she witnessed firsthand the appalling lack of sanitation and inadequate medical care. The conditions were dire, with soldiers lying in filth and disease running rampant. Nightingale implemented strict hygiene practices, improved sanitation, and reorganized the hospital, significantly reducing the death rate among the wounded soldiers. Her methods were revolutionary at the time, emphasizing cleanliness and order. Her tireless efforts earned her the moniker, "the Lady with the Lamp," as she would often make her rounds at night. She brought comfort and care to those in need, becoming a symbol of hope and compassion. Nightingale's work in the Crimea had a profound impact that transcended the immediate conflict. Her legacy extended far beyond the battlefield, influencing the future of healthcare and nursing. Her experiences led her to advocate for healthcare reform, champion sanitary conditions in hospitals, and establish the foundations of modern nursing. She tirelessly worked to ensure that the lessons learned in the Crimea would benefit future generations, laying the groundwork for the professionalization of nursing and the improvement of hospital care worldwide. After years of bloody conflict, the Crimean War finally ended in 1856 with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. This marked a significant turning point in European history, bringing an end to a war that had caused immense suffering and loss of life. The treaty, signed by representatives from Great Britain, France, the Ottoman Empire, Russia, Sardinia, and Austria, aimed to restore peace and stability to the region. These nations came together in a rare moment of unity, setting aside their differences to forge a path toward lasting peace. It reaffirmed the Ottoman Empire's control over the Black Sea Straits, closing them to all warships in peacetime. This strategic move was crucial in maintaining a balance of power in the region, preventing any single nation from dominating these vital waterways. It also neutralized the Black Sea, prohibiting Russia and the Ottoman Empire from maintaining naval forces or fortifications there. This demilitarization was a significant step towards reducing tensions and fostering a more stable and peaceful environment. The treaty recognized the independence and integrity of the Ottoman Empire, effectively putting an end to Russia's expansionist ambitions in the region. This recognition was a critical affirmation of the Ottoman Empire's sovereignty and a deterrent against future aggression. The Crimean War and the subsequent Treaty of Paris had a significant impact on the European political landscape. It reshaped alliances and power dynamics, influencing diplomatic relations for years to come. It weakened Russia, temporarily halting its expansionist drive and forcing it to focus on internal reforms. This period of introspection and change would eventually lead to significant transformations within the Russian Empire, setting the stage for future developments in the region. Despite its significance, the Crimean War is often referred to as the Forgotten War, overshadowed by the global conflicts of the 20th century. One reason is the relative lack of clear-cut victors. Although the Allied powers achieved their military objectives, the war was costly and brutal for all sides involved. The victory felt hollow, the sacrifices immense, and the political gains minimal, leading to a sense of disillusionment. Another reason is the geographical distance of the conflict from many of the major powers involved. Unlike the World Wars, which directly impacted the home fronts of the major combatants, the Crimean War was fought primarily in a remote corner of Europe. Furthermore, the Crimean War lacked a single, unifying narrative that captured the public imagination. Though largely forgotten, the echoes of the Crimean War reverberate through history, shaping the world we live in today. The conflict had a profound impact on warfare, medicine, and international relations. The Crimean War was a watershed moment in military history, marking the transition from traditional warfare to modern warfare. It saw the first significant use of new technologies, such as the telegraph for communication, the railway for troop and supply transport, and rifled muskets for greater accuracy and range. The war also had a lasting impact on medicine, thanks in large part to the pioneering work of Florence Nightingale. Her efforts to improve sanitation, introduce professional nursing care, and collect and analyze medical statistics revolutionized battlefield medicine. Furthermore, the Crimean War highlighted the importance of diplomacy and cooperation in preventing and resolving conflicts. The Crimean War, though often relegated to the footnotes of history, was a pivotal event that shaped the course of the 19th century and continues to resonate in the 21st century. It was a conflict marked by bloody battles, unimaginable hardships, and remarkable acts of courage and compassion. While the Crimean War may be the forgotten war, its legacy lives on. It reminds us of the human cost of conflict, the importance of diplomacy and cooperation in maintaining peace, and the enduring power of human compassion in the face of adversity. Remembering the Crimean War is a reminder of the importance of understanding the past to navigate the present and build a more peaceful and just future.